G'day and welcome to another video. In today's lesson we will learn how to make this really pretty doily. Now this is supposed to be made in thread, but I've actually used worsted weight yarn. You could also use 8-ply. For the red one I used 1 strand of worsted weight yarn, and for the blue one I actually used 2 strands of yarn held together, and that's why it is so much bigger. If you use 8-ply it will be smaller than the red one. You could try 2 or even 3 strands of yarn held together to get a different size. There is a free written pattern for this project and it is a red heart pattern, so I will leave the link that you need for that. It also has recommendations for different types of thread that you can use, as well as the crochet hooks that you will need. I'll give you the measurements in just a moment so you can see how big yours will turn out. The red one is about 30 centimeters or 12 inches across, and the blue one is 50 centimeters or about 20 inches across. Like I said, if you use different yarn you will get a different size. Experiment using different strands of yarn, and I would love to hear what colour you have chosen, as well as the size that yours came out. Leave it in the comments below so that others can see. The yarn that we're using in this project is from redheart.com. Redheart.com is a great place for inspiration and also great free written patterns. The free written pattern will be used to follow along with this video, and you can find that on redheart.com, and I will put the link that you need in the description box. So let's get started on the lesson. For our supplies we're going to need the written pattern. I've just printed one off. Got all our instructions on there. We're going to need a pair of scissors, a yarn needle with a large eye, makes it a lot easier for sewing in your ends. We're going to need yarn and a crochet hook. Now I'm going to be using worsted weight yarn, which is Red Heart Super Saver, and as soon as I saw this colour I just knew that it had to be my Valentine's Day project because it's hot red and it's really bright and I just really love that colour. But you can use any yarn that you like. You could use a double knit or an 8-ply. You could use some crochet thread, but whatever you're using, just use the crochet hook that is recommended for the yarn. Now this recommends a 5.5mm crochet hook, which is an I or a size 9. I normally use a 5mm for my worsted weight yarn. So whatever you normally use, we're going to go with that. So in the written pattern it actually says you can use extra fine, or you can use a fine size 20, classic size 10, or a fashion size 3, and then it's also got the crochet hook that you need to use with that. So these are actually for doilies, but I'm choosing to go with the yarn because I want to make these bigger. And by using the thicker yarn it's going to make a bigger doily. And this probably will come out placemat size, I would say. The blue one I used 2 strands of yarn, but in this project I'm just going to be using 1. If you want to use 2 strands you will need a bigger crochet hook. I generally look at the crochet hook I would normally use, and so if using 2 strands I would need to use a bigger crochet hook. So I go look at the number I'd normally use for 1 strand, half that, so that's 2.5, and then add that to this one. So that'll be a 7.5 crochet hook, or about the closest that you can find to that. And that's normally how I work out how big I need my crochet hook. You don't generally need twice the size, but experiment with a few different ways, and I'm sure, sorry, just bashing the camera up, I'm sure that you will have fun getting different sizes. So I'm just putting my written pattern aside so we can get started. So we've got some special abbreviations in the written pattern. We've got a beginning cluster, we've also got a cluster, and then we've got a beginning 5 double crochet cluster and a picot. I don't know, people say this a different way. Picot, P-I-C-O-T. I think it's picot. I don't know, however we say that word. That's what we've got in there as well. So what we need to do is chain 7. So we're going to start with a slip knot, and you can do this however you like. I'm sure there would definitely be 100 different ways to do a slip knot. So we're going to chain 7. And we're going to join with a slip stitch to form a ring. So going back to the beginning, to the first stitch, go through with your crochet hook, pull through, and then pull through the loop that's on your crochet hook. So round 1, it says chain 2 and beginning cluster. So a beginning cluster is yarn over and draw up a loop, yarn over and draw through 2, and we want to do that again. So yarn over, go into the middle, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and then we're going to yarn over and draw through all 3 loops. And that is our beginning cluster. Now we want to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And our beginning cluster, it pretty much makes sense, is always worked at the beginning, and then the rest of our clusters are just the normal one. So a normal one is 3 stitches in our cluster, because if you look at that one, you got 1, 2, 3. So yarn over, go into the center, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, leave these on your crochet hook, yarn over, go into the center, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, go into the loop, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2, and now we've got 3 stitches there, so it's 1, 2, 3. We're going to yarn over and pull through all loops. And then we are going to chain 4. We're going to do this 5 times, and altogether we will have 6 groups of clusters. So let's try again. We're going to yarn over, go into the center, and I'm actually working over my tail, so I'm just holding it against the chain that works, the 7 chain. Just holding it against there. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the center, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. So we've got 2 stitches, 1, 2, yarn over, go into the center, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now you've got your 3, you can yarn over and pull through all 3. And what I do to make the crochet hook go through this easier, I'm actually turning it and facing it down. So I grab my yarn, I face it down, and then pull through all loops. If you try and pull it upways, it can get stuck. See how easy that went through? And chain 4. I'll show you one more time and then we'll complete the round. So I can actually move them around by grabbing hold of the chains and pulling on that side. So yarn over, go into the center, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the center, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the center, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and then pull through all of the loops. Chain 4, and repeat this until we have 6 lots of clusters. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, so we need to do 2 more lots. So once we have 6 lots, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we've got our chain 4 there, and we're going to join, and it says join with a slip stitch to the top of the beginning cluster. So the top of it is, see that little hole there? That's where the top is, up there. So pull through to join. and it says slip stitch in the first 2 chains of the chain 4. Okay, so in the next, we've got 4 chains here. 1, 2, 3, 4. You need to slip stitch to the first 2. So I've already slip stitched into the first one because that was the where we joined, so that's 2. And then it says slip stitch into the chain space. So we're going into the hole there and then joining. I'm actually following and learning the pattern with you at the moment. I actually completed my blue version almost 12 months ago. Yeah, it's taken me a while to get around to this pattern. And yeah, so I'm actually relearning the pattern with you guys, so that's why I keep pausing to read. We want to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, 2 double crochet in the same space, 1 and 2. So we've just worked out 2 double crochets in that chain 4 space. We're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3 double crochet in the next chain 4 space. So going into the next chain 4 space, we're going to work 3 double crochet. Whoops. We're going to chain 4, and we're going to repeat this all the way around. Into the next space, we're going to work 3 double crochet and a chain 4. And we're going to repeat this all the way till we are ready to join. So pause the video and I'll catch up to you when we're ready to join. So I've got my chain 4 up there and we're going to join into the top of the chain 3. When I join, I normally grab the front loop here and then the back loop. So I grab that loop there and also the back loop. So like you were going under both loops in a stitch. That's how I join my chain. Join my round, sorry. Don't know why it's a chain. Okay, so round 3, so 1, 2, on round 3. It says chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and double crochet in the same chain as joining. So go back down into that same stitch, which is the top of the chain 3 there. We're going to double crochet in the next double crochet and 2 double crochet in the next double crochet. So double crochet in the next one. So that's that middle of the 3 we've got there. And 2 double crochet in the next. Chain 2, 1, 2, and single crochet in the chain 4 space and then chain 2. So this is our chain 4 space from below. You're going to single crochet, so go down into there, pull up a loop and pull through. That's a single crochet. We're going to chain 2 and then we're going to repeat this around. So into the first stitch we're going to do 2 double crochet, we're going to do 1 into the next one and 2 in the next, And what this does is it increases it out and makes our project lay flat. So into our 3 stitches here, we've got 2 and then 1 and then 2. We're going to chain 2 and single crochet down here, so go straight into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through like so, chain 2, and then it's 2 in that one, 1 in that one, and 2 in that one. So 2, oops, so 1 and 2. And if you didn't know, 2 stitches into a stitch is classed as an increase. So it's 1 into the next one and 2 in the next. Just pull that out so you can see what I've got there. So it's 2, 1, 2. We're going to do a chain 2, single crochet and a chain 2. Chain 2. Go in the chain 4 space, do a single crochet, chain 2, and we're going to repeat this all the way around. So I'm going to do it again, but I won't be telling you what you're doing. We're going to repeat this around until we're ready to join. So pause the video and I'll meet you when we are ready to join. So when we're ready to join, we're going to join into the top of the chain 3 here. So grab the front loop and that back loop. Sometimes it can be difficult to grab both loops like that. Like right now. Come on, come on. Don't make me look. Oh. You can do it. Gotcha. Like I said, it can be hard to get that. So this is our first few rounds. It doesn't really look like much yet, but trust me, this pattern gets more awesome the further we get into it. So we've got 1, 2, 3. So round 4, I'm just going to mark this off so I don't keep repeating the same round. I'm going to chain 3, double crochet in the same chain as joining. 1, 2, 3. Double crochet in that same stitch. Oops. Make sure we get the stitch. I think it's because I've worked my chain too tight and that's why I can't go back into it. Double crochet in the next 3 double crochet. So we can do that. So in the next 3 we're going to work 1 double crochet. And 2 double crochet in the next double crochet. So in the last one there, I'm going to work 2. So on our stitches below, we do 2 into the first one and 2 into the last one, but anything in between, we're just working 1 stitch. Just got to grab some yarn. So now we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we start again. So we do 2 into that first double crochet there, and then it's 1 in each stitch, but then it's 2 in the last one there. So into the next 3 we're going to do 1 double crochet, and then 2 in that last one there. Chain 4. We're going to repeat this around. We'll do it one more time. So in the first stitch here, just hold it back a bit so you can see the first stitch here and the last stitch there, we do our increases and then double crochet in between. So 2 in this one, 1 in next 3, so that's 1, 1 and 1. Into the next one, it's 2. So can you see a pattern forming here? We do repeat this throughout the pattern. It's 2, because when we need to make it to increase to get bigger, it's 2 in that first one and 2 in that last one. So that's what's good about this pattern. It has a repeat, and it's a chain 4, and you get used to what you need to do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then repeat around, and pause the video now, and I'll meet you when we are ready to join. So when we're ready to join, we are going to join into the top of the chain 3. Yeah, there we go. And that's how you really do it, easy. Right, so we are up to round 5. Okay, and this is another round where we do 2 in the first and 2 in that last stitch here. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3, double crochet in the same stitch, double crochet in the next 5. And you want to keep count, because if you get the wrong amount of stitches, it's not going to work and it's going to look weird. So don't forget to do your 2 at the front, 2 at the beginning and then 2 at the end, just there. And you'll realise you've done it wrong when you get to the next round and your stitches don't fit. Been there, done that. So we're going to chain 2. And now we're going to do that one when we did the single crochet down here. So it's chain 2, single crochet in the chain 4 space, chain 2, and then 2 double crochet in the next double crochet, double crochet in the next 5, 1, and then 2 double crochet in that one there. Chain 2, single crochet in our chain 4 space, chain 2, and we're going to repeat this around. Pause the video and I will meet you when we're ready to join. That's what it's looking like so far. It's looking really cool. I've done my chain 2 and I'm ready to join. So I've joined to the top of my chain 3. I'm going to chain 3, and this round's slightly different, and this is the second time I've filmed this. Double crochet in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Double crochet, chain 4, double crochet, all in the next double crochet. So in this one here, we're going to do double crochet, chain 4, and double crochet in the same stitch. So we've done this one already. We're going to go back in there and work a double crochet. and then double crochet in the next 4 double crochet. I feel like I'm saying double crochet all the time. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. And what that created was like the little dip part in the top of a love heart. You know how it goes up and then down and up? Well, in that down bit, that's this little part here. So we're going to chain 4. And double crochet in the next 4. Okay, so we're going to repeat that. We want to make this on each part around. So it's double crochet in the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3 and 4. What was that little bit in the middle? Double crochet, chain 4 and double crochet in the same stitch. We're going to double crochet in the next 4 stitches. So again, chain 4. And I'll just show you one more time, and then we need to repeat this around. I'm going to double crochet in the next 4 stitches. And into the next one, we're going to work double crochet, chain 4, so that's 3, 4. Oops, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then double crochet in the same stitch, and double crochet in the next 4 stitches, and chain 4. So that is what it's looking like so far. So you can kind of see where this is the dip part of the love heart, and then we're going to build on the top there. It's looking really cool. Let's see if we can zoom out a bit. That's as far as I can zoom out. So pause the video and we're going to repeat that around until we're ready to join. When we're ready to join, we're going to join into the top of the chain 3. And now we're up to round 7. I can't believe this pattern only has 9 rounds, and it's so pretty. So for round 7, we're going to chain 3 and double crochet in the next 4 stitches. We're going to chain 4, single crochet into the space, chain 4, one, two, three, 4, double crochet in the next 5 double crochet. So along here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 and 5. Chain 2. We're going to single crochet down here, chain 2. We're going to double crochet in the next 5 stitches. So when we get to the middle of the heart, it's where we do our chain 4s. And when we get to the bit that's over here, that's in between our love hearts, that's when we do our chain 2. So we do chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet into the space, chain 4, and double crochet in the next 5 stitches. So we're in between our love hearts, because this is our love heart here. So in between it's a chain 2, single crochet, chain 2, double crochet in the next 5, and now it's our chain 4 because we're in the middle of our love heart. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Single crochet in the space. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then double crochet. And then it's our chain 2 because we will be in between. So repeat this around. Pause the video now, and I'll meet you when we're ready to join. Now we should be up to round 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, round 8. And I joined just as we've been joining throughout the pattern so far. So round 8 says chain 2 and beginning 5 double crochet cluster. So it's going to be yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, keep these loops on your crochet hook, yarn over, go into the next one, do the same thing, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go in the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And we've got 5 stitches on our crochet hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to yarn over, and again twisting our crochet hook so the pointy bit is the hooky part. What is that part called? The hooky part's pointing down. That sounds good. We're going to chain 5. And single crochet in the next chain 4 loop, so that's just here. I'm going to single crochet in there. I'm going to chain 5 again. And single crochet in the next chain 4 loop, so over here. I'm going to chain 5. Oops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to do our 5 double crochet cluster across here. So it's just the same, except we're going to go in that first stitch because when we started we had chain up 3, or chain up 2, sorry. So now we're doing our cluster starting from that stitch, that first stitch there. So So yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And we're going to do that in every one across. So going in, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 again. We should have 5 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yarn over, pull through. And then we're going to repeat this around. So what did we do next? I've already forgotten. Chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we're skipping, I think I'm zoomed in too much. There we go. We're skipping this section and we're doing a 5 double crochet cluster over here. So this is our repeat. We've got the cluster at the top of the love heart. See how that's the top of the love heart? Then we've got our chain in there. Then we've got our cluster over here, and then a chain 7 to get us across to the next love heart. So I've just got to read the instructions again because, like I said, I've already forgotten. We're going to do a 5 double crochet cluster. So we're working across. And it says repeat, so we're going to do a chain 5, single crochet in the next space. I'm going to do that twice, so chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet in the next space, chain 5. I think that's right, and then do our cluster into the top of here across these 5 stitches. Once I get to when I have to remember a lot, it's sort of like, yeah, I can't remember it all. So I'm going to look back and make sure it looks right. Okay, so we've got 3 chain loops here, 1, 2, 3. That's a chain 7, and then it should have 3 more chain loops. I swear I've got a memory like a goldfish. Okay, so it's a chain 5 here, and that's a chain 7 there. Let's see if we can remember that. So we're coming up to our chain 7. So that's chain 7. We skip this section and we do our 5 double crochet cluster across the top of the next love heart. Pull through all our loops. Told you I had a memory like a goldfish. What was it? It's chain 5. I should have wrote it down. It's written in front of me, but I just get lost in the row. So it's chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet in there. Chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet in the next one, chain 5, and then 5 double crochet cluster across the second part of the love heart, because we've already done the first part here. Doing the second part over there. Okay, so this was chain 7. Look at me go, I'm remembering it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Skip this part and do our 5 double crochet cluster, and we're now starting the first half of the next heart. So that's the heart there, so we're on the first section over here. Once you've done a few repeats, it kind of sinks in. It takes me a little bit longer than most. Like I said, memory like a goldfish. Alright, so now we're up to our chain 5s. Look at me go, I've remembered again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet into the next space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet in the next space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then do our 5 double crochet cluster. So you can do these quite fast once you get into a rhythm of those clusters. And then chain 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then what I do is I just like to look back, and I do this when I'm making anything. I do a little bit around and I just quickly look back to make sure it looks right. And what it does, it can save you so much time, because if you get around to the next round and then you go, oh no, done a mistake, you know, around below, you've got to rip out all that stuff again. So now our love heart is formed. How cool! Can you see the love heart there? It's kind of hard to get it in the screen. There we go. Awesome. Loving, loving, loving this. So we need to repeat this around until we get back to joining. So pause the video and I will meet you when I have the rest of this done. We are ready to join, and on this one we joined the first cluster. So at the top there where that hole is up here, that's where our crochet hook's going. We're working a slip stitch. Round 9, and this is the last round. I can't believe that's going to be finished already. That's going to be a perfect size for a placemat, or it look good as a doily. It can look good as anything. So now what we need to do, it says chain 1, 3 single crochet, picot, and 3 single crochet, all in the chain 5 loop. So that's in here. So let's go. 3 single crochet, 1, 2, 3. And the instructions for the picot are 1, 2, 3, and slip stitch in the top and side loops of single crochet. I have no idea how to do that. Well, top and side that's a top loop and that's a side loop. So I'm assuming that's what it means. Please correct me if I'm wrong. If someone else knows it different, then please comment below. But that's what I'm going with. That's what it's telling me to do. So then 3 single crochet back in that same space. Oops. 3 single crochet, picot, 3 single crochet, all in the next loop. Okay, so in this one, I'm going to do that again. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 chains. So the top and the side loop. Let's see if I can zoom right in. So if we're going to crochet that way, that's the top loop, and then that's a side loop. So that's what I'm thinking that it means. I've never really done this stitch before, would you believe? And then 3 single crochets back into that same space. I'm going to do that again because I've got another chain loop here. So 1, 2, and 3, chain 3. Okay, so into our chain 5 loops we do 3 single crochet, picot, 3 single crochet, and in our chain 7 loops, which are the ones that are in between, the gap in between our love hearts, we do 4 single crochet, picot, 4 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, do our front and side loop with a slip stitch, and then 4 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, nope, get out, and 4. And I've done a mistake there, didn't I? Yes, I didn't do my... Who was yelling at the computer? Or your device that you're on? Sorry guys. That's 3 single crochet in there. Got a bit excited. Told you how, you remember how I said look back to make sure you've done it right? It should be 3, picot 3, go into the next loop, 3, picot 3, into the next loop, do the same thing. And I didn't do the last 3. Apologies there, apologies. So here it's 4 single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to leave that error in. I know it's going to annoy some people, but it will prove that I don't always do it perfect. Actually, I'm lucky if I do it perfect. So it's 4 single crochet in there. And you'll be able to tell if you've done it right because the little pointy bits here will be evenly spaced out, and that's how I noticed that it was wrong. So we're going to repeat this all the way around. So it's 3 single crochet for the loops, then your picot, then your 3 single crochet in each of those loops, and that's your 4 single crochet, picot, 4 single crochet in the one that divides our love hearts. And we're going to repeat that around, and then we are finished. Yay! So I will meet you when we are ready to join, and I'll show you what to do when we're up to that part. When we are ready to join, we're going to join to the first single crochet there, so going under both loops and then making a slip stitch. And I've already cut my yarn, so you're going to leave about 4 inches. Pull that out, grab your yarn needle. This isn't the one I always use because normally the eye is a lot bigger. I'll have to have a look for that one. And what I do is I sew my ends in on the back, so I flip it to the back. And then we are going to just hide our ends underneath the stitches here. And then you skip where it's coming out. So skip that stitch, go to the next and go back through, and that just captures the yarn in that little stitch that we skipped, and it won't pull back through our work. Otherwise our ends will come undone. I'm going to trim that off. We should have one at the beginning. And this design does have a hole in the middle. You can tighten it a little bit if you want to. But don't do it too much because it can distort the pattern. So I'm going to sew that in as well. So just going to skip the first stitch, skipping that one, and then going through under the stitches. So when we get under the stitches, we won't actually see our needle on the other side, because we're just going into the back of the work there. And trim that off. If you didn't work over your tail, you need to sew it back through again. But I worked over my tail, so that's good. And that's finished. If you want to block this, I will put a link in so that it shows you how to block it. I think this will actually be okay. Mine will be okay, but if you want to block yours, like I said, I'll put a link in below. So here is my finished doily. I think this is so pretty. I really love the red one. I mean, of course I love the blue because it's my favourite colour. And the blue one actually is just a little, it's a really small floor rug that makes me happy when I look at it because it's very nice. And I just leave this in my office so when I walk in I can see it, and it reminds me of things that I've crocheted, because normally there's not many things laying around the house that I've crocheted, so it's normally put away or given away or being worn. And I get to leave this red one out too because the red one's a lot smaller, so this will probably just be on maybe on my, it won't fit on my computer desk, but I'm sure I can fit it somewhere in my office. Yeah, I think this has turned out really, really cool. So please subscribe. There are always plenty of videos to come. We have 2 video tutorials each week here on Bob Wilson 123. If you would like to check out other video tutorials that I have, click on my username and that will take you straight to my channel. My website link is in the description box below, where all my videos and exciting written patterns are. There is a written pattern for this project. This is, like I said, a red heart pattern, so it will be on the Red Heart website. Links for that are in the description box. Subscribe to my newsletter. We have a newsletter once every month. We've packed full of crochet goodness. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy crochet!